everybody. I'm back with an update. You can't see my little cute little hairstyle. This is how I wore it to work yesterday. It's totally cute. So I look kind of funny this angle. Let's see if this one, but whatever. So this update is about contracts. I don't remember where I left off last time, but my intended parents got contracts started, I believe, maybe the first week of October, second week of October. I'm not really sure. They had an interview or a phone conversation with their lawyer, and then she started their contract with the agreements that we had when we matched, or that we had whenever when we matched. And I think she had it probably for a week and a half, and then my intended parents got to look at it, and by 2 weeks, not 2 weeks from the time that they start looking at it, but 2 weeks from the time that it was actually started, it was sent to my attorney, and she sent it to me. We went over it with my attorney last week. She sent it back to the IP's attorney with some changes. I only had one change for myself because I live on the border from our state and the state next to us. And, of course, we go to church in the next state, which is only 10 minutes from our home. So the way that the contract read, I wasn't going to be able to do that. So we had the wording changed on that. And as long as I make sure that I deliver in my state, I'm good. Of course, I'm not going on any long trips or whatever at the end of pregnancy. Just to church and home. So that was the only issue I had with my contract, which is pretty awesome. My IPs got to see the final draft, and from the way things look, I should be getting it within the next day or two. So I wanted to go over contract. I'm sure that I'm not sure, I know that there are some good YouTube channels that talk about contract. There's one wonderful person in the UK that goes over what happens there. I'm not sure if it's considered a contract or whatever. I'm not sure how that works, but I really love her channel, Lisa Lumby. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I said that right, but I'll link it down below. I really love her channel, and she has had 3 surrogacies, 2 traditional and 1 gestational. And I like watching her YouTube. And there's a couple others. I believe, is it the Robertson bunch that goes over contract? There's a couple that have YouTube videos that go over contract. But, of course, I want to do it too. So, I have my contract here. And I'm not going to say any specifics because I can't tell you specifically what I make, which I wouldn't share that anyway, or what my compensation is, or what lost wages are, whatever. I'm just going over what needs to be in your contract. So, a contract, of course, is between the surrogate and the intended parents. My contract is between me as the surrogate, my husband as the surrogate spouse, and my intended parents. So, of course, we are all shown in there. Our personal information is personal information is shown in there. As far as numbers, contact information, that's what I was trying to say. Contact information is in there. And the first part just goes over, how we came across each other. This time it's through an agency. My last contract, it wasn't through an agency. So this time it shows and our agency's in there. Contract also covers medical care and treatments and procedures, and who does those. It tells who my OB is going to be, because I already have an OB. Of course, if for any reason either party wants to change that, as long as we all agree, we can, and as long as insurance is covered at that OB office, we can. It covers who is going to be the RE that takes care of me. Please stop. And does the transfer. Stop. And yeah, she's going to be in here. I can't change that. And the hospital that we're going to be using. It talks about testing. Of course, we had to go through drug tests and STD tests, and I had to go through pretty much an exam, like an internal exam, to check to make sure everything's great with my uterus. Excuse me. For some reason, I I just ate, and yeah. It covers all of that. Those would be things that we have to do, which we've already done. The psych evaluation already done. In the contract, it goes over transfer, how many times you attempt to transfer. If at the last attempt, like some of them say 3 or 4, if you get to like the 3rd or 4th transfer and there's no pregnancy and your year is not up yet, because the contract is good for 12 months. If that's not up yet, you can, well, actually, even if it is coming to an end and you haven't succeeded with the pregnancy, you can choose by mutual agreement to amend the contract and add some more attempts to that. It covers how many embryos you are willing to transfer, so that really does need to be in the contract. I have seen people say, yeah, I was only willing to transfer 1, and then the RE recommended 2, and I'm debating it. It's in my contract. I'm doing 1. I'm doing 1. Of course, it also is in my contract that if that embryo should split and that should be a multiple pregnancy, I am okay with carrying that. Contract goes over sex. It talks about, you like how my voice changed? My son's right there. It talks about abstaining. Some contracts give you a certain date saying you have to abstain from some contracts. Some are from medical, the start of medication, not including birth control. Some are just follow the RE's recommendation, instructions. Excuse me. And this, so that was in our contract, said just follow. So that's what my RE suggested, that we didn't. I don't know what this RE suggests yet, so we're going to find that out soon. Of course, it talks about beta, who's going to do the beta test and all that. Invasive medical procedures, I'm reading from, in case you guys can't tell. That you will undergo like an amniocentesis, CVS, or other things recommended by the RE or OB. Vaccinations and immunizations, not every contract covers this. Some do, some don't. And it just states, what you're going to do, whether you're going to, you have to have them, or whether you're following the doctor's instructions and recommendations, things like that. Abortion and selective reduction definitely needs to be in your contract. If you match agreeing to allow your IPs to make all those decisions, that's going to be in your contract and you need to follow it. If you match saying, this, and this, that needs to be in your contract so everyone can follow it. Life support is in there also. If heaven forbid you're in a car accident and you're at the point in the pregnancy where, the baby's still alive and you're not, but, and your body can, with the help of medical, intervention, can sustain the pregnancy until it's viable to be delivered and have a baby, then that's what you'll do. And that's, I'm sure, different for every contract. Whether you want to do that or not. I don't want to go through all of this and then, heaven forbid, I end up, for whatever reason, on life support or dying pretty much, and they just lost their baby, when if medical intervention comes in, they could have their baby. Risks, talks about, the medical risks. It covers everything in there. The IP's responsibility as far as the child, mental health counseling's in there, and also that, my ability that I know, well, for the best of my knowledge, I can carry a pregnancy. I've done it twice. I've never not been able to carry a pregnancy each term, but at the same time, every pregnancy is different. You can't guarantee, but you are able, if that makes any sense. Pregnancy and delivery is covered. Medical care that you're going to get, the IP's presence at appointments. I know that some IPs are overseas, so they're not there. Some IPs, it's more like a business, so the surrogate just does everything and sends the information to their agency, and their agency sends it on to their parents. And if your IPs are at delivery, it covers that. If your IPs can't be at delivery, I know some people put in their contract, what the IPs want done. Like if they want the baby taken straight to nursery and not with the surrogate, and that's what's in the contract. They want the surrogate to take care of the baby and have the responsibility of making decisions for the baby. That's in their contract, things like that. And also, contract, of course, covers the legal parts of the intended parents, and you're going to agree to do everything you can to make sure that everything runs smoothly for the intended parents. That you do your part, whatever you have to do, so that they can have their parental rights. It covers whether if something happens in a divorce, you get divorced, or the intended parents, of course, if something happens to them, they pass away together, where the baby goes. I don't have no rights to the baby. The baby will not be coming home with me. It's their baby. So your contract covers all that. There were some other things I forgot. That's just the stuff, not counting, if you get compensated, maternity, or your contract has to cover lost wages for you and your spouse, if you're going to be reimbursed for those, and things like that. Like I said already, every state's different. Some states, it's just pretty much a piece of paper. I have seen surrogates who say they don't even have a contract because it's not legal in their state or whatever. So every state's different. So if you want to be a surrogate, please find out what the laws in your state are. Some states you can't be compensated. It's illegal to be compensated, and just different things. And we don't want anyone to do things shady, because you could potentially hurt yourself and the intended parents. So that's it. That's contract, and hopefully ours will be signed in a day or two, and we will be moving on to medication this month. My intended parents are working on getting me insurance, because my insurance is not surrogacy friendly, and that is in the process. And so that's it. My next update will probably be the start of meds, which would most likely, if everything goes to plan and my body goes the way it's supposed to, will be in a week and a half. So excuse me, sorry guys. So before my phone rang, what I was saying was this journey is going a lot quicker than the last one. So if I had to choose between going independently or surrogacy again, I would definitely go surrogacy. Not that I regret any of the any part of my past journey. I feel like that we were placed together for a reason. I've made new friends, and I still get to watch their life grow from afar. It's weird thinking instead of going into another journey, I should be pregnant right now, getting ready to deliver in another month. But that's just not what was in God's plan, so I'm okay with that, and I've moved on to another couple, and things are moving smoothly, and if everything goes well this journey, and with delivery and everything, I have not shut the door on doing another journey after this. But I don't want to say, yeah, I'm going to, and then something happen and I'm not able to. So that's it. That is today's update. And now this dog's going to go crazy. Hopefully I'll be back sooner than later with maybe just a small update saying contracts are signed. So see you guys later, and have a blessed